damn, I made the rookie mistake. I recorded an entire thing on the way to the gym. No audio. If the phone is connected to CarPlay, it doesn't pick up any of the audio. So as much as I'm sure you guys would like to practice your lip reading, we're gonna have to take it from the top. Damn, that sucks. Well, that's all right. This was kind of a shorter one, so it's not too big a deal. But we drank our pre-workout. I made a couple funny quips, a couple funny jokes about it being a health potion and having various buffs. All right, so that was good. You can start laughing now. And then let's see, kind of discussed what the plan is for the gym today, which of course it's arms. It's 4 a.m. So probably gonna do like a back and forth style, 2 sets of triceps, 2 sets of biceps, rinse and repeat. And then the big topic of discussion was preferences on going to the gym in the morning versus going to the gym in the evening. So just to kind of get into that a little bit, I only go to the gym in the morning because it's the best time for me in terms of convenience sake. If I had it my way and I had like all the time in the world, I'd be going probably closer to like 2 or 3 in the afternoon. That just works better with me all across the board. I get to like have some carbs in my system. I'm gonna be well rested. I'm gonna be very well hydrated, and I enjoy it a lot more. But the reason that I'm going so early in the morning is because of normally because of work. I've got to be at work at 7 a.m. and between going to the gym before work and after work, going before work is just hands down the best way to do it, at least for me. And that's because if you are going to go to the gym after work, you do have the advantage of, you're going to be carved up from eating, hydrated. So physically, you will be like way more prepared to go and have a pretty good lift, right? But you lose that mental edge. A full day of meetings and dealing with this and that. I'm not going to have the mental capacity to say, all right, like I'm going to be like hyped for it. I'm ready. I'm excited. I don't know. I'm just going to be like too mentally exhausted to be fully prepared for the gym, And I think that mental bit is arguably more important than being physically ready. I mean, if you have one guy who's like mentally, he's like, all right, I'm so hyped, I'm ready, I'm excited, let's do it. And then you have another guy who's super physically like ready, like he's super well hydrated, super well carved up. Everything has aligned in that sense. And you had them both do the same lift at the same intensity. I'm inclined to say that sorry, I'm about to run a red light. I'm inclined to say that the guy who's mentally prepared is going to have a much better lift, okay? So, that mental edge is super important to me. So, in the morning, yeah, it sucks. You're not very well hydrated. You're not super duper carved up. You're definitely tired. But you do have that mental edge. You kind of got that chip on your shoulder to say, like, while everybody else is asleep, I am grinding. And I don't actually mean that. I mean, like, some people can take it that way. If you're into that David Goggins type of motivation thing, sure, yeah. I mean, go with it. Whatever gets you in the gym, whatever motivates you, go for it. But for me, I just think it's kind of cool, I'm doing something that not a lot of people can do. I mean, it's hard to justify waking up so early. I mean, you're getting up before dawn. The bed is so cozy, it's so comfortable. you know, my wife is just laying there and she's all warm. It's like having a big teddy bear. It's hard to convince yourself, okay, man, time to get up and face the cold world, go lift some weight. You know, like, I definitely would prefer to stay in bed and relax for a bit, but that's what it takes, you know? That's what it takes for me to get as far as I have been, and that's what it's going to take to get me to where I want to go. So, no other choice but to get up and do it, right? So, that chip on my shoulder definitely is a motivating factor for me. So, anyhow, that was the long and short of it. I don't think there's any much more I can elaborate on. I think I also kind of like pointed out, I'm always super congested after drinking my pre-workout, and I don't know what that is. Maybe it's the acceleration of my sympathetic nervous system is what's doing it. I don't know. So that's something you may have picked up on over the course of these videos, is I'm always kind of sniffly. So that's what that is. Who knows? Anyhow, we're almost at the gym. Thank God I noticed that the mic wasn't recording. That kind of would have sucked otherwise. But I will sit here and conjure up what the first movement of the day will be, and I'll see if I can record it. Maybe, maybe not. It is a Monday, so I know a lot of people like to say, all right, time to get my week started off right. Let me hit the gym on Monday morning. And then Tuesday, I don't see him in there. So we'll see. We'll see how it is. But either way, I'll catch you guys in a little bit. It is staring at me right in the face. You'll probably see it in the background here in a second, but 24-hour Whataburger right here in the direct path that I take to get to work, right across the street from the gym. And it would be very easy for me to say, hey, I worked hard, you know, I had a crazy lift, let me go treat myself, let me reward myself with a nice chicken, egg, and cheese biscuit, you know, maybe a frozen caramel frappe as a little treat. You know, why not? I've earned it. But that's how losers think. Well, not losers, but the point that I'm trying to get at here is it takes a little bit of grit to be able to, you know, get after it. So what I mean by that is it really just aligns with your goals here. So obviously, cutting, the perpetual cut still continues. So I can't exactly go and justify going to get like a nice crispy breakfast sandwich on the way to work. You know, it would be very satisfying, and it would be super convenient, and it would take a lot less time than me popping by QT and picking out protein bars. But that is the best choice that I can make in the morning. Because the macros, it just won't line up for me. It heavily deviates from my goal. And if I did this like every single day, I mean, you know, you make a habit out of anything. That's it. You know, it can go both ways. Like, I make a habit of going to the gym and sticking to my macros and sticking to my goals, and that's great. But then if I make it a habit to say, oh, it's okay, you know, I can justify this or justify that, dude, in no time, I'll probably have gained back all the weight that I lost. You know, all 80-something pounds be right back on me. So, I don't know, man. If you're like really dedicated to your goal, or maybe you're just starting off, okay? You're just getting into it and you want to lose weight. The hardest part about it is not making excuses for yourself, you know? Like, you just have to get, you gotta like strengthen that willpower to say like, I don't need it, you know? I don't need to go and get this caramel macchiato from Clutch Coffee over here, even though it's open and it's on my way. and it would be super convenient, can't have it because it doesn't align with the goals, you know? So getting that grit, you know, having that chip on your shoulder to be able to say like, yeah, man, I have the willpower to not, submit to my urges. That's what it is. That's how you do it, man. That's how you get there. There is definitely there's a book of cool people on it, okay? Cool guys and gals. And if you're able to like have that grit and say, no, I'm good, you're on that book, my friend. You are on that book. Zero sugar monster, by the way. I've got 3 more minutes left before I have to start fasting. So I'm going to try to chug as much of this as I can. And the fasting isn't for dietary purposes. It is for spiritual purposes. So I don't think the YouTube algorithm would appreciate me delving any further into it. So who knows? Maybe someday. Oh man. But lift was excellent. So 2 sets of, what do you even call these? All right, so here's how the setup was. 2 D handles on 1 cable attachment. And you're pretty much mimicking the movement path of a rope extension. But my thing with rope is it just, when you're doing so much weight, and like when I say so much weight, I don't mean like I'm like doing the entire stack. I'm doing a pretty reasonable amount of weight. But when you're like kind of pushing down, it crushes my like pinkies into the ends of the rope. It's just an uncomfortable feeling. So I like to grab 2 D handles, and it's just the same thing, but your arms are kind of, your hands are like this as opposed to this. So, and honestly, I get a little bit better of a squeeze when I do that. So 2 sets of that, and then 2 sets of just standard dumbbell curls, and then 2 sets of skull crushers, 2 sets of preacher curls, 2 sets of overhead tricep extension, and then 2 sets of cable curls. And dude, that's really all it took. That is all it took for me to kind of burn everything out. So really excellent lift. I'm pretty excited for this fasting period to be over, just so I can get back to like going to the gym in the afternoon, because I'm definitely noticing the dehydration kind of take effect. Not to say that I'm like deathly dehydrated, but I mean, I had a really intense lift today. I mean, like, I always push myself as hard as I can. I like to think so. And dude, so I was wearing like 3 layers. Okay, I was wearing this like tracksuit thing. I was wearing a like a pretty heavy like cotton jacket. What am I doing? Pretty heavy cotton shirt. And then under that shirt, I was wearing like a cut tee. So 3 layers, plus sweatpants, hat and headphones. And like when I was like stripping down to go and shower, that like innermost layer of the cut tee was dry as a bone, dude. And it's weird, very weird. It's a stark contrast to like even like 3 months ago. 3 months ago, dude, I have a lift like that, same exact conditions. That thing is soaked. I mean, that is like, I could wring it out, and I would get like a couple drops of sweat come out. So weird. And I know like the amount that you sweat isn't, you know, the correlation isn't that you sweat more, it means that you worked out harder. But man, it's hard to have that like mental thing ignored, you know? Like, it's just easy to associate. If you didn't lift hard, you won't sweat as much. Ugh. So I'm ready to be able to hydrate a lot more in the future, and hopefully get a little sweat going. So I didn't have a chance to do cardio today, so that kind of blows. But hopefully, I'll have time while I'm at work, take a post-lunch walkabout, and at some point do another walk. Try to get my hour of cardio in while I'm there. So, whew, I'm definitely tuckered out though. I am going to feel it today. It's going to be hard to resist finding some sort of a closet to sleep in. No, I would never actually do that, but man, it's nice to imagine. But nothing left to say. I am just gonna kind of drive to work, sit here, try to wake up a little bit, and mentally prepare myself for this long day. I'm sure I've got plenty of meetings and stuff. I told everybody at work to schedule any meetings with me in the morning because by 2 p.m. I have no cognitive function left, and I certainly don't have the will or want to speak to anybody. So we'll see how that goes today. But yeah, legs tomorrow. I'll catch you guys on the flippity flop.